YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Benji, and we back with the crew. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. Look, man, we checking out Saweetie today, talking about pretty privilege and pretty punishment. If you don't know Saweetie, she's a relatively well-known rapper out of California. She does a slew of things. In the day, she's able to drop a viral song and go by her business. Additionally, she's been connected to a lot of rappers. I'm sure that's assisted in her grind, but I think that's going to be something that happens no matter what when you're a woman. You're always going to get attached to a dude. But let's hear her out.
On TikTok, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened, like, my whole life. So it's like, what I deal with in the industry is just, you know, different face, same case.
Oof.
I think there's an argument to be made there. I'm sure that at the end of the day, Saweetie is very pretty. I would make the argument that that's the reason that she's ascended to prominence. Unfortunately, in the industry, in the entertainment industry, if any, the music industry, if any, people are going to gravitate to you, especially in the age of social media, because you look good. I don't say that unless she didn't have a career in music prior to these guys, because she had a collab with Kailani before being attached to any man. Majority of her songs are sampled songs. Truthfully, lyrically, nothing that Saweetie's offering that I think is amazing. I mean, there was that clip that went viral a while back.
They be dancing, I could better see the clock tick tock. Whoa, that mean your girl real icy. That mean I don't got times for girls that don't like me. I be minding my own biz, but they check up on me like a parent does a kid. How does that really feel? You don't know me and don't like me. That's a very special skill, nigga. Well, let me share a little something. My skin.
Look, bro. First of all, it's got to be pretty awkward. But additionally, look at the look at Rosenberg's and Shorty's face.
It's real light, but I like my liquor dark. Let me get something with Henny if I.
Bro, look at them. It's like they're trying not to laugh. But I could assume it's because it is awkward.
I'm chilling at the bar, how the fishes in the water, but I'm feeling like a shark, like my weather from the west and my nigga from the east. I'm looking like a beauty, but I'm moving like a beast. Sweet to eat the beat, got me on repeat. If you didn't know, I'm the eighth wonder to see. If you asking about who's hot, you better ask about me. I don't know what's finding women with a college degree. How to gossip when you too busy out being a queen. Gossiping don't get money, so that ain't in my routine.
It had energy. There was energy there. There was energy there.
Yeah, she had a look for you in the middle, like.
I know she's talking to me. I know.
When this interview dropped, bro, obviously a lot of people were coming for EBRO because EBRO was critical of her. And I think this was around an era where a lot of the OGs were critical about a lot of the rappers that are coming into the game. I think now the dudes just accept it and it's like, it is what it is, get with it or get lost. Plenty of artists that just started spawning and putting together raps that your little cousin could do.
It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. I'm being honest. It was cool. It was cool.
But?
Ain't no but. I'm going to leave it at cool. Because I know the young girl's working.
Oh, no.
And I got to be honest. If you was a dude, I would probably be hard on you. I'll be honest.
Be hard on me.
Yeah, so what's your issue? What didn't you like?
I just thought the raps was basic. And I think you need to honestly get a little sharper on your diction, your clarity. And
That's real, though. I mean, I think that's the hardest thing that a lot of rappers have to go through is that finding that flow, finding those pockets, and then, of course, being able to enunciate.
if you're going to impress me.
Okay.
Not that one's goal needs to be impress this room, because we are.
But let's hear what other people got to say.
I think her biggest issue is that every song that she's had that is a hit is based on, taken from, and samples a previous hit. Nothing Saweetie has given us is overtly original. And I'm sorry, vibes and you being a pretty girl from Northern California can only take you so far. It's been 7 years since Saweetie released Icy Girl, and we've yet to have a full-length project, anything thought out, a rollout, or anything of that sort. In fact, all we've really gotten is EPs and one-off singles that don't do anything. And while, yes, a lot of people may be cool off Saweetie because of what happened between her and Cardi B, I ultimately don't think that's the reason why she's not getting opportunities.
Oh, I didn't even know something happened with her and Cardi B.
I think the reasons why she's not getting opportunities is because genuinely you no longer have
Oh, right. They saying that she was the reason for breaking up the Migos. Because supposedly she slept with Cardi B man. While she had a man who was in the Migos. So she's the one that broke up the Migos.
ocean. So to get on a radio show and complain about
Supposedly,
punishment
allegedly,
as if that's an actual concept is just you making excuses for maybe not being up to par in this day and age. Get on that mic and start rapping instead of getting on the mic and yapping.
I can't with the Saweetie hate. Not everyone is meant to be J. Cole. Her music is just fun, which I feel is missing from today's music. But I think people are critiquing what she's truly done in the music industry versus her just trying to say, oh, the reason I'm not the biggest star is because of pretty punishment. They're jealous of me because I'm pretty. To me, her music feels soulless. She has some good bars here and there, but all feels like ChatGPT when it's being recited. I feel like her music doesn't have personality, something that distinguishes her from her peers, something that makes her unique and iconic. And I think that's true to a lot of rappers. She may feel like she's doing her best, which is why she's choosing to not take critiques on her craft. But the fact is this: being pretty will only get you so far. She really needs to sit, evaluate, and decide who is Saweetie, what sets Saweetie apart. How can I convey these differences in my craft? She's not confident in her talent. It shows. Once again, I'm asking, who keep telling her that she's pretty? I mean, I know her. And anybody call that one out? Yeah, she's biracial, but she's not pretty because she's biracial. This is not one of those instances. She needs to quit rapping. Oh my goodness. Saweetie has a Grammy. How much further do you think your looks were going to get you? Now, this here is a old clip.
To even bring it up, just because of how beautiful you are, I think people would think the opposite. Like, no, you probably had it so good in life.
But do you know, I really appreciate there's like the dark side of pretty privilege.
Yeah.
There's a lot of threads. And like at least for me, I've never experienced pretty privilege. So when people.
So this is her a year ago. And I guess you can use that in order to tether into what she was talking about today. Talking about, yeah, I never really experienced pretty privilege. People just been punishing me because I'm supposedly pretty. And they're all jealous of me.
People get at me like that, I'm just like, it's just not fair.
The blessing and the curse of beauty. Her whole career is pretty privilege. Yep. Her endorsements are based off her looks, not having hot records. If Glorilla stopped selling records, she would not have any endorsements. Privilege seems invisible to those who have it. She has a career due to pretty privilege. She's delusional. White people always say they never have white privilege as well. I love Saweetie, but I don't think she doesn't understand and isn't educated on it. She's always talking about how she's a pretty girl. I genuinely like Saweetie in her career is pretty privileged and her business smarts. A lot of these women that are able to earn absorbent amounts of income right now are banking off the fact that they're pretty. And what I'm talking about is a lot of these women that are quote unquote Instagram models. There are women right now that solely look good. We don't even know what they sound like. They don't speak. And they out here getting money.
Pretty privilege is what got you as far as it did, and you got the nerve to sit up and talk about pretty punishment. No, sweetie, you are a prime example of pretty will get you through the door, but it won't keep you there. Coupled with the fact that, sweetie, yes, by every stretch of the imagination, you are a beautiful girl. You are. If a bitch call you ugly, they're a hating ass liar. But love, you ain't the only pretty girl in the industry. You are not the only pretty girl in the industry. And for you to sit back and think on one level or another that you are not climbing and doors are being closed on you because of the way you look, you are sadly mistaken. And I'm here to tell you that anybody around you who is co-signing that bullshit, they're not your friend and they don't care about you because they are allowing you to live in a space that is keeping you from growing. Now, I'll be the first person to admit that I am not the most qualified to speak on these young girls' female rap, but I do have 2 ears and I am able to listen. When you first came out, you had some songs that were getting a lot of heavy airplay. But what happened, sweetie, during the time that you came out, which is good for the industry but bad for lackluster talent, is a lot of girls came out at the same damn time. And it's no different than the social media influencing space. Everybody wants to do it. So many people are doing it, but the cream rises to the top. Sweetie, you got big nerve. You got big nerve. And you've got big nerve because you have already won 90% of the battle, which was getting through the door, getting on the radio, getting music videos, getting endorsements. You've already made it. You've already made it. There are so many up and coming artists and aspiring females that would give anything to be in your spot right now. And you've got the mitigated gall to sit on this internet and talk about things are not happening for you because you're being punished for being pretty. I hate to break it to you, and I'm not going to say anything disparaging about this girl's art. But what I will say, sweetie, is it's the simple fact that competition is steep right now and you're just not winning. You're just not winning. It ain't because you're pretty. And I think resting on that is taking the cheap and the lazy way out.
I think that gentleman highlighted a lot of the information pretty well. I think that there's true claim that you can make about there's just being a lot of talent out there. More and more women are popping out. They're rapping about this, they're rapping about that, and the people are just going to resonate with who they resonate with. That's it. I mean, music fans are fickle anyways. You got folks that will jam a song today and then turn their back tomorrow. I mean, we saw what happened with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Some of the biggest artists in the world. People were rocking the music, and then whenever they had to pick a side, that's what they did. Well, y'all let me know about this one in the comments below.